I have no idea. Hi, welcome. Did this work? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. This is what happens when you have like zero. I'm just super unorganized. That's why I'm not a professional streamer. Hi, welcome. Did you already see my introduction? If not, I'm gonna introduce again, I guess, because I have no idea what happened with the settings and things like that. Because I don't even know what's happening right now. I think it's streaming? Question mark. Welcome to Dolly Talk Tuesday? I have no idea what's happening. It's because, like, I need to just, like, sit down and, like, really, like, work out all the bugs that are happening. Okay, now I see it. I see it here. I see a link for it now here. I was like, what? Where do I even look at this? So I think I have it now. I started it, like, on another thing, and then it was, like, unlisted. So I was like, maybe no one can see it because it says it's unlisted. Okay, I see it now, so hopefully it works? Question mark. But hi, welcome to Tuesday. This is so bad. I'm so sorry. And we are gonna dive into doing a another series of looking at the non-toxic sealants because that is an ongoing thing that I have been working on. I'm slowly but surely recording all these, and then hopefully one of these days I will edit and, it'll be great and we'll do that. So, yeah. Hi, Allison. Hi, Amy. I think I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Hi, Betty. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, usually I look at this through, like, the Go Live tab, but because I started it through OBS, which is something I never do, like, I don't know why I don't have the capability to, like, look at my stuff. Like, this is really weird. I don't even know why. Okay, I think this is it. Hey, Claire, how's it going? Hi. Jointed. Hello, 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 hello. I have no idea. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was my cousin's birthday and I was like, I can make it. I can do both. Yeah, girl power. I totally messed it all up. So, today we are going to be working on the next phase of this, and I don't even want to bother with the other workstation over there because, like I said, I have had horrible luck with trying to get that stuff working, and I just don't have any time to do that right now. So that's not happening today. So we're just gonna do it all over here on the main camera. So I'm gonna figure something out because I need to still talk to this microphone here, but I'm also gonna be doing work over here. So but if you are just joining me for the first time for this sealants trial that I've been working on, I'm working on a series of videos, so these are all kind of behind the scenes, and it's taking a lot longer than I thought, but it's because there's so much stuff to cover that I just honestly want to take my time and explore everything before I edit it and get everything put into YouTube. So I've been working on these 3 Liquitex non-toxic, We say non-toxic, but really honestly, like, I don't know if it's like 100%. It's just like something that's better than using like an aerosol can. But there's still warnings on these bottles. I guess this one flat out has a warning. This one says, like, this product can expose you to chemicals, including 2-ethylhexyl acrylate, which is known to the state of California to cause cancer. Yeah. So, it's not that it's like 100% like, you're free, don't worry about anything. Even after talking to some people, and my husband also, because like the best way to use these are to actually put them into like an airbrush. But I don't have an airbrush, nor do I have the patience or money to want to get an airbrush. So technically, like, that's what you should be doing, is like you should be putting them in an airbrush. That's how it like works optimally, because it's similar to an aerosol can. So, you know, Vanity says, but everything is known to cause cancer in California. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, I say non-toxic, but I mean it in the way that it's not like you're spraying an aerosol can in your house. So if you were to do this with a airbrush, I would probably, you know, still wear a mask, because those are particles that are going up into the air. And even in your airbrush, you know, it's still going out into the atmosphere and where you are. So it might not be as crazy as an aerosol can, but I would probably still wear a mask for that. I have to drink water, guys. Random note of the day, I found out I have tonsil stones. That's fun. Yeah, don't Google that. It's horrible. Anyway, so I have tried, like I said, if you're joining me for the first time in this series of videos of me doing this, I have tried the first method, which is getting like a sponge and sponging it on. And so the sponge is, you know, it does create a very matte texture. It does give it tooth. So these are the samples of the sponge. When you sponge it on, this is essentially what it looks like when you're sponging it on. I mean, I really wanted to try it firsthand because I wanted to know, is it really going to give it texture like MSC does? And it honestly did. And we did some trial and error things with it. I think the sponge method will definitely require you to practice it and get really good at it in order to perfect it. It's not something as simple as just spraying an aerosol can. It will definitely take practice. And then today, what we are practicing is going to be brushing it on, because my husband was like, where the heck aren't you brushing it on? And I was like, bro, will that even work? And so I already did the sample of brushing it on, and I'm already kind of worried because, as you can see, I have everything labeled GPO. It's GPO because I have one for the green bottle, I have one for the pink bottle, and I have one for the orange bottle. So each of these, they claim to be a matte varnish. And I decided to buy all three of them, even though this is the one that I think a lot of people mostly use. I wanted to try out the other ones just in case. So when you look at it with a brush, when it's brushed on, it still also does create kind of like a texture. I think the green one gives it the best kind of feel that feels very similar. I am worried because the pink and the orange one, the original one, when you brush it on, it's so smooth. Like, you can see that, like, when you look at it through the glass, or my plastic here rather, it makes it very even. But the problem is that there's usually, like with aerosol, you know, it's the little droplets like being sprayed onto it, so it creates like a texture. When you're doing the sponge method, you know, it's you like tapping it and then creating a texture that way also. When you brush it, there really isn't, I mean, anything, unless you're gonna like artistically brush it kind of weird. But then I think you're gonna run into some texture issues. So for science, I wanted to try brushing it onto my sample vinyl head, and then I have a bust. I have a bust here, and I wanted to put it onto my resin bust, because that's another thing I'm trying too, is I'm trying to see how it interacts with resin and vinyl. So like I said, there's so much stuff like that we really can learn, and there's just so much to cover that it's like really hard for me to get this done like in one session. So I've been really taking my time. So, you know, my next couple of Dolly Talk Tuesdays are probably going to be nothing but just this, but it gives me a dedicated time to like work on it. The other thing, which will probably come next week, is that I did end up, because Amazon Prime Day, you know, Prime Day was around and you could get a bunch of things discounted. And so I bought a portable little makeup Nano Moisture Spray Spritzer Thingy Mabobber. So you're supposed to, like, I think I'm gonna have to learn how to essentially dilute this. So this is almost like having a baby airbrush, because it's gonna, like, you put a liquid in here and it's gonna, like, make it into a mist. So I'm really curious to see, and this was only, I think, $6. So, you know, you're looking at an airbrush that's like $100 or more, versus a $6 like face moisturizer spritzer nano thing. You know, it's pretty awesome. So I'm hoping that I'm thinking that this might work the best, honestly, out of the 3 methods. But I'm just curious because I've never had to do the science of, like, diluting solution. So I'm going to have to test out diluting solution inside of this little nano thingy mabobber. And I'm going to have to learn how to clean it too. Because it says, please use the Farmer Spring Mountain, Year-Old Mountain, Hendanga Ice Springs, and other mineral water containing silica gel, pH of the value of the day, however, blah, 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 they can be used to help your skin, yada, yada. Cannot make with purified water, distilled water. Tap is strictly prohibited. To use high concentration makeup lotion. Because that's my other concern, is that even when you use a airbrush, you have to, like, clean it very thoroughly, because it will start to collect and, like, I don't want to say coagulate, but it will, like, dry in your, like, pen, in your airbrush thingy pen. So you have to be so meticulous with cleaning that's why I'm kind of, like, wondering, because this is a very, like, imagine putting glue, like, watered down glue, because that's pretty much what almost this is, kind of, sort of, not really glue, but, like, you know, that consistency through this kind of system. So I don't know how long it will last. So I don't know how many sprays we'll get through before we start seeing issues. So that's kind of my other concern with doing it that way. So yeah, I like your shirt. I need to start watching the anime. Yeah, it's a great anime. I love it. It's so good. Oh, thank you. Yes, it goes with my pink motif. Whew, didn't 2 of the sealants mention not watering them down, or am I thinking of something else? I don't know. I heard that you can water these down, but this one says do not thin with water. This one flat out says do not thin with water on the bottle. This one says you can thin with water up to 25%. And this one doesn't say anything. The cancer one. This one doesn't say anything. I'm, like, worried about that one. Now I'm, like, worried. Now that I noticed that label, like, I'm worried about it. But yeah. But I don't think you can run this. I mean, it is this one is probably the most liquidy out of all of them. But I just don't know if you can just straight run this through that system, so. Vanity says, I think you can dilute it with water, but water tends to sometimes unevenly dilute it, so you can use Liquitex Flow Medium. Having to math for face-ups is not something I want to do. Me either. I really don't, but honestly, if this provides, like, a way for somebody that, like, lives in an apartment, lives in a cold area, lives in a super hot area, that struggles with the aerosol stuff, I mean, maybe it'll be worth it to them to learn the math and stuff, so. Anyway, let's get brushing. I'm not looking forward to this. I feel like this is going to be, like, real crazy. Last time when I did this, I did it with a watercolor pencil, and it was a pain in the butt to get off. It was a serious pain in the butt to get off. Oh, yo, actually, hold up. Give me like 2 seconds. I keep on telling myself all day today, hey, don't forget to put earrings in, you stupid. Like, you paid for like another piercing and then you haven't been putting earrings in there. They're gonna close up on you. Yeah, for science. So I'd say use the Flow Medium for the one that says no water, but otherwise water should work. Good to know. Yeah, I will have to see if I have Flow Medium. I thought I had purchased them like a long time ago, but that was a long time ago. Dude, this light is gonna give me heat flashes right now. I'm so hot right now. All right. So let me section off my things here. Oh God, that's so much black paint. Why did I put that much black paint? Oh, also I need water. Dang it. I'll do that later. Okay, so like last time, I'm gonna go ahead and section off the pieces so that way I know like which things to put in which areas. So last time I went like from here to, and this is not meant to look pretty. Okay, so we're gonna divide it up, the head, and GP, I'm gonna try to keep that. I messed it up last time. I did GPO, and then I did GOP. We'll do GPO. So we're gonna do GPO. So that will tell me where I'm gonna be putting these sealants in which section. Same thing for the back. Last time I think I did like, oh God, that's so much space for everything. Hold on. That was dumbly divided. I had it way better last time. Okay, so this time I'm gonna do GPO. And again, so that way I can test it out on resin. That's what's gonna be there. GPO. Alright. And I am too lazy to go get water. So I am going to use a lower level rubbing alcohol to clean my brush off real quick, because I don't want the acrylic to dry in my brush. So I'm just gonna swoop, 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 clean that off, and also clean off half of my hand. All right. Okay, so for the experiment, I'm gonna lay out my 3. I also have a couple of different brushes. So I'm gonna have, okay, I do, good. I was like, I have 3 thick brushes like this that will go over the surface a lot quicker than the tiny brushes like this. But I imagine you'll need like a tiny brush because I don't think that's gonna work really well like in the small areas. So I'm gonna designate a couple of these small brushes to the other things. You know, I really should label the brushes though. Because I need to know like which ones I'm using for like the green and which ones I'm using for the pink and which ones I'm using for the orange. Maybe I'll put them on top of the other dishes. So like I have my dishes that I used before. I'm just gonna gently move this to the side. And I'm gonna set it up like this. Did I do GPO? I forget already. Yeah, GPO. So I'm gonna have my clear dishes here with my brushes, and I'm gonna just put like one. What the heck? Oh no! I used this for like an art project previously, and I just saw like a whole bunch of glitter just like come out of one of these brushes. Alright. So I'm gonna do that one, that one, that one. And then this one, this one, this one. so I can keep them separated. Haha! You'd be impressed by my work here, but you can't see it because this sucks. Hello, I'm about to ask a silly question. I wasn't able to find a description on what sealants we're using. Are they all Liquitex? Yes, they are actually, yeah. They're all Liquitex matte varnishes. Like, it's so weird. Because when I searched it originally, I was looking for this one because this is the one that I saw somebody else online use. I think it was Rana Doll, I think. And I was like, okay, that's cool and all. And then I saw these two also, and they also claim to be like a matte varnish. One says matte medium. So I was like, well, what's the difference? Does it work? Will it come off? Like, so for science, I just, you know, grabbed them too. So I honestly have been using this tray. Oh, crazy. Look at this. Do you see that? It just peeled out. That goes to show you like what this is like, really. Isn't that wild? Like, that's what we're putting on our dolls. Look at that. It's like when you, you know, in elementary school, like when you had glue and you would like lay the glue down in your desk and then you would like peel it off and you would see like that bumpy texture of your desk. Was I the only one that did that? Yeah, it's basically dried Mod Podge. Let's be real here. We're Mod Podging our dolls. Dang, okay, because I was gonna lay it on top of it, but if I can just peel them off like this, then I'll just peel them off and then I'll use the wells again. It's like dried Mod Podge. Really, I know. And that's like, I think this is the scary thing about, you know, doing this way of sealing your dolls. Also, I'm also kind of, it makes me think about how my methodology is going to be right now while I'm going to test, brushing it on. Because that's just going to sit like in an even layer on top like that, you know? Wow, that just popped, those just popped right out. Okay, so first you got to give it a good shake. I really should have some water out here. Hold on. I have some water down here. I just need like a... Because I don't think I can clean the brushes off in like the same container. I don't think that'd be good. I don't know. Maybe I should just not care and just put it in there. Hold on. I have what? Do I have water in here? Oh, I do. Okay. That works. Yeah, for science. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm going to be recording some of it too. Will it peel off the dolls like that? That's my thoughts exactly. I'm kind of like, about that. About that. I'm questioning it also. Questionable. So questionable. Alright, I'm going to put you here for a hot second. I'm also going to see if I can move this. I'm so sorry for the weird noise you might be hearing about now. Hold on. Like really trying not to make it like so loud for you all. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think I can do this. I think I can work this way. Is it like incredibly loud in your ears with me like putting the microphone this close to me? Hopefully not. I hope not. Okay. Oh crap, my mouse. I can't function without my screen over here. Hold on. Move you guys over here real quick. Move OBS over here so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, we Gucci. Okay, so, oh god. I don't even know what I see. What's like the angle in here? Okay, cool. Hold on. Hello, and today we are going to be testing out the non-toxic, or I say quote-unquote non-toxic sealants, and we are going to be brushing them on today. So again, if you haven't seen my other videos, these are the ones that we are working on. These three in particular. I have already done like an initial test, and this is the plate that I brushed it on. It still does give a texture, however, when we move towards like the pink bottle and the orange bottle, it is extremely smooth. So that kind of gives me some worries here initially. The green is actually quite toothy when it's brushed on still, but the pink and the orange bottles are very, very smooth. So I'm very curious on how applying pastels and applying watercolor pencils are going to be like, because I don't think that it's going to catch as well as the sponge method or the aerosol cans. So we're going to go ahead and give this a go. I already have my test subjects here. So I have a piece of resin, so that way we can try it on resin. And I have it on a vinyl head, so we can try it on vinyl. So we're going to go ahead and start brushing, and we will go ahead and see what it's going to be like. Oh wait, I need to have some footage of me like getting it together right. That'd be smart. All right, guys, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, I do. I have to stretch. I can't see anything. And then my uncle, who like does like videography stuff, like he was telling me that he has a monitor for his camera, and I was like, dude, that's genius. Like somehow he has a like a little mini monitor like set up. Oh Lord, set up so that way he can see, because he says the viewfinder is too small for him to look through. And I was like, dang, that's genius. So you got to give them a really good shake, because they are very liquidy. Yo, these are already starting to dry within the bottles themselves. Pink. This is the semi-watery one too. Whew. All right, let's go, team. Let's go. Okay. Already, I see a cat hair, and I'm really nervous about that cat hair. I'm like, oh, please, cat hair, please. Please don't do anything. All right, I'm gonna move my brushes over here now. You guys can't see anything. Hold on, I'm gonna move y'all's camera too. Hold on, so you guys can be facing downwards, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oop. There we go. Yeah, look at us. Woo. Okay. We are going to start off with the green on both sides. So I'm going to make sure I have my green brush. I'm going to get a good little dollop of that. And we're going to brush that bad boy on. It definitely feels a lot faster than, you know, doing the dabbing we had to do with the sponge. But I'm concerned how it's going to react with pastel and stuff. So automatically, one thing I'm noticing is that as I'm brushing this on, you can definitely see the lines. I thought maybe it would just be a thing like on the clear plate, but yeah, you can see like some lines on here, and I'm not sure, I mean, if using a different brush would help, but that's something I automatically see. I'm gonna clean this brush. Yikeroos. Alright. About to buy a handy cam with pop-up screen for filming videos. So we're a mirror to see the reflection. That's genius. That's some like top tier stuff. You're a genius. You're ahead of your time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and brush the next part on, which is the orange bottle. This is the one that's usually used. Oh God, I forgot I did the ear. This one's usually used for when people do this method, is the orange bottle. Again, it's very easy to, ooh, but there we go. If you have anything, it will catch stuff and it will put it on your doll, and that won't be good. I feel like one of the benefits to brushing it on is it's definitely doing it very evenly, but my concern is that it's gonna be too smooth. And right now, since it's brushing on, it's like kind of causing bubbles in some areas. So I'm trying to like not get the bubbles. Yo, that got all over my hand. Okay. Where's my thing? Oh, here it is. All right. Give that a little brush here. Give my hand a little brush too. Put that back in my little hidey spot. And last but not least, let's go ahead and put the orange on the head, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for our resin sample. Oh, I did this backwards! Because I did it here. Oh, what a fool I was. Yo, that was a lot. Oh God, that's a lot. I did it backwards. That's what happened. Because on my well, I have GOP, and on my head, I have GPO. I done messed up. So that's pink, so that means I have to put P on P. Alright, we'll do that. Yeah, I feel like if you get too much, like it will like lay on thick. It's not good. I'd be paranoid about the shiny face already. It drives me batty. Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's going to dry a little bit more matte. Because right now, initially, it definitely does look shiny. But, I mean, at least I hope it will. But it's definitely like, this is really, you have to like be really good, I think, with your brush as to not oversaturate it, because I feel like I've already done that. Oh crap, hold on, I need to switch these two brushes. Okay, so now I need to do orange. Yo, this little guy here is bothering me. Okay, I got it. Oh, I forgot to take off my bracelet. Oops. I think the brush is gonna play a big part in it too, because like this one is like creating a lot of, either it's my brush or maybe there's stuff on the resin that I'm just not seeing, or it's picking something up, because it's like creating little bubbles, and I'm like, oh God, that's not good. If that dries with like the little bubbles in it, like that's definitely not gonna be good. Fudge. Okay, I got it. Just kidding. I'm good. And green. Man, there was no green left. I should have put more green on the thing. Damn, I need more green. Oh, man. Alrighty. It just dawned on me that they make sponge brushes for painting. I bet those would work really well. Yeah. If it was for, like, the sponge method, you know how we use the makeup sponges? Yeah, I would definitely probably recommend, you're talking about these. Like these guys? Yeah, these would work. I think they would work okay. They're very porous, though. The makeup sponge brushes are a lot less, I guess, is porous the word? Because this is like, it's very textured. Don't look at my nails, they're really nasty looking. You see how it's very textured? Like, this is like Eric Carle. Like, if you know who Eric Carle is, he's a child author that does like sponge stuff for his illustrations. Like, that's pretty much what these brushes are. So I'm not sure if I would trust that on the doll using that because it's such a thick brush. But the makeup brushes, even like the ones that you get, like the beauty blenders, those I think are good enough that they would make a smoother, like, but texture surface when you pad them on. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry. There's a couple of things I'm already noticing. One, if you're not careful, you can actually pick up a lot on your brush, and it will lay on there thickly, and then you have to kind of smooth it and move it around. Second, I'm noticing, again, you have to be very careful with how your brushes are. I would probably recommend using like brand new brushes, because if you use used brushes, they might have previous paint on it that might come off or anything else, and then it will essentially get sealed into your face up as well. It's creating a very smooth looking texture already, though. It's already creating a very smooth looking texture, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but just like before, I'm going to do 2 layers, and then I will start putting on pastel and acrylic. Okay, that's done. No, mine look really bad, Claire. Mine look really bad, and I have like a really bad habit of like picking, and yeah, so that's going for me right now too. It's great. I'm a hot mess. This is not so good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Especially this orange one. I laid it on so thick. But do you guys see? Like, look at it. It's so you're right. I mean, it kind of does sort of look shiny. Like, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know if it's going to work really well. But, you know, for science, because, you know, there's going to be people that are going to be like, why don't you just brush it on? And it's going to be like, no, bro, you really can't brush it on. And then I'm going to change this one to O. Ew. Because I messed up. All right, that guy. And I feel like this is going to take longer. This is going to take longer to dry, I feel. Dang, I don't have any, like, paper towels. Like, what kind of animal am I? Watering it down takes some of that shine down, too. Nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying watering it down when we get to the, ionizer, or I don't even know what you call it. The makeup thing. To see how that goes, because you definitely need to do that. I think Asenva for video, be careful with your brushes. Also, Asenva BTS, oh my god, this is bad. I do know these sealants are awesome with airbrush for sealing because it replicates the misting action. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I'm really excited about trying this. I don't know, Jacob, if you've ever tried this before. But somebody was talking about using something like this. This is like a makeup mister. Like, you're supposed to put, like, mineral water or something like that in it. But, like, apparently someone has tried using this with watered-down sealant. Essentially using it kind of like an airbrush. I obviously will not get to this today. I'll probably get to it next week when I continue my trials and errors. But yeah, I'm really curious about it. It looks really cool. I'm kind of sad that I'm going to be using it for sealants and not for myself because I kind of like it. I love, like the little, like I have one that I use for my makeup, for everyday makeup. And it's like a Korean brand, like, can, and it mists out. Look how cool this looks, though. And it's like a little USB charger. See? So there it is. Look how cute it is. It's so cute. So yeah, you're supposed to, like, yeah. That doesn't seem, I mean, this honestly doesn't seem like a lot, but then when you think about airbrush wells are like, kind of like this, you know? So I'm honestly curious to see how this is gonna work. I don't know. We'll see. There we go. I imagine, I don't know. I really don't know. Woo! It actually has a charge. Look what happens. You can hear it go like that. I'm curious. I'm honestly curious on how it's going to be. And it's so cute. Look at the little mirror on top. It has a mirror on the top. It's really cool. I heavily watered mine down and didn't have issues with the airbrush, but I know it gets thick quick. Yeah, I know. So I'm worried about that too. Betty says airbrushes clog easily with these acrylic sealants. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm honestly worried about that. So we'll see. Kitty says, would it be better with a technique of lots of little X's rather than brushing it on in a single direction? I don't know. I just kind of like YOLO'd it. I kind of just put it on here. So maybe like my next layer, I lay it down horizontally, like cross hatch it. Because this layer, I kind of went all in one direction. I wonder if I go like this way. I can try that. I'll say that's a good suggestion, Kitty. Okay. Yeah, the can says like to give it an hour. This, I feel like, is taking a lot longer to dry than the dabbing. This one had so much. Like, it's a shame you really can't see it too well, but this one I know I put way too much. And you can see that it, like, created, like, another layer. I don't know if you can tell. Do you see it right there on the eyebrow? Oh, maybe it focused perfectly just so you could see it. See how it's, like, a little elevated there? I think there's too much there. But, I mean, you know, it's too late. It's too late now. So I can't do anything about it. Yeah. It's interesting, though. Like, I've never tried other sealants like this before. So that's why I was genuinely just really curious about this process. So I'm glad I got the opportunity to, like, try it out. But this is really disturbing. Like, all of these that was in the well. This is, it looks like skin. Like something shedded skin. It's even crispy. Like, listen. It's crispy. So crispy. Crisp. The crisp. It's got some crisp to it. Alright, let's put some more in here. Gotta put more orange. The good. Some green. Some green boy. Oh god, that just splashed out somewhere. And pink. The pink. Yo, this pink one is like hecka watery. Potato chips. That's what it's like. Alright. Yeah, I can brush more, right? Okay, so I gotta go sideways. Let's go sideways. Let's talk about that too. Green. Oh, I didn't think about that either. When you clean your brush, it's going to be hecka wet. Dang it. Hold on. That might affect it too. Sorry, you have to see my frumpiness. All right, hold on. I'm going to make sure this is a little bit more dry than what I'm going to use it with. Green, okay. So something else I'm going to try out that was actually suggested by Stream, because I was streaming these sessions while, you know, trying this out, is I'm going to try to kind of create texture. I've initially placed it down in vertical streaks, so I'm going to try to go horizontally, and maybe that will help. A little goes a long way also, so just know that if you're going to be putting some down, you really don't need a lot. In fact, I think it will dry a lot faster if you do thinner versus thicker layers of this. So again, I kind of went opposite. I can already see that it does make it have like a hatched effect. I can see it as I'm putting it down. So hopefully maybe that will help when we get to the pastel and watercolor phase. Yeah, you can see it. It actually did make an effect, like a cross effect. So maybe that's the hack to it? I don't know. All right, let's put that one back. Let's get the pink. Pink. Make sure I'm getting the right one. Oh, fudge. Why did I do so much? I'm such an idiot. Hold up. That was way too much. Okay, pink, pink, pink. I messed this up, so I have to do it this way. Maybe it's just the pink one that makes bubbles. I don't know what I'm doing. I should have done it the other way. I'm so stupid. Oh, God. I actually lost track of which way I was supposed to do it for this one. Okay. I think, yeah, it's going to be a learning curve. Airbrush is, yeah, definitely a learning curve. Like, my husband was into 40K and he bought an airbrush, and he asked me, like, one of the times, he was like, hey, I'm going to teach you so you can do it for your BJD face-ups. And I was like, yeah, I'd love that. And then, like, I was totally more afraid of, like, not cleaning it properly, that I was like, this is too much work and stress. I don't want to do it. Okay, orange. Okay, that's the middle one. There's a lot in this layer. Alright, and with that, the head is done. Oh, why am I cleaning the brush? I should have just... This was for the orange, so I'll just lay down the orange on the body. Now, I can't remember which way I went on the body. You know what I would love to try to do? You know how we peeled it off of the, out of the wells? I wonder if you can peel off the face up after I do it, after I try it. I wonder if it's easy as that. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Everything's going off on my phone. My gosh. Shh. Quiet. You're freaking me out. I don't even know how to turn it off. I don't know anything about Apple products. Horrible. Alright, looking at old lady. And this one, pink. Okay, pink. Oh God, I just totally tapped the daylights out of it. And I don't know if that's something in the thing. Oh, that totally was. Oh God, it was like a little piece of like fuzz or something. Yeah, that's the other like horrible part about doing it this way. is that it's so susceptible to like dust and everything else that like if you're again, and that's because I feel like my area is pretty clean. Like my area is pretty clean and I still manage to get stuff all over it somehow. I don't know. Did I do the green? No, I haven't done green. Okay, let's do green. Okay, and then after this, I'm so excited. We get to try. All right. I mean, it's definitely quick. Like, it's quick to brush it on, but it definitely is not, like, giving it any kind of, like, it looks super smooth. Like, you know, it looks super smooth, and that's concerning. I don't know. I really want to try putting it down the acrylic, not the acrylic. The acrylic, I think it doesn't matter. The acrylic, I don't think any three of these methods that we try, it's not going to matter with the acrylic. It's the pastel and the watercolor pencils I'm worried about. The pastel is what I'm really curious about because when you brush it on, is it going to move everything around? Like, that's what I want to know. Is it going to move all the stuff around? All right. All right, now we let it dry. And after this, we're going to try putting some pastel. How do I stop this? Oh my gosh, I'm like an old lady with, oh, there it is. I was like, I'm an old lady with technology. I don't know how to make this stop. Okay, now I got it. I was like, I don't know how to make my thing mute. All right, so, oh god, it's really warm in here with all these lights on. I don't know. I feel like so far, I feel like the sponge is doable, doing the sponge method, but you really have to like learn how to use it. Like afterwards, I was like, you know what I should have done? I really should have just like after I did the pastel, I like tapped it. Like I probably should have just like grabbed some, tapped it once, and then leave it alone to dry. And then after that dries, like then tap the rest of it. But that's so hard to do. Like imagine having like a whole face up. Like, and that was like some really condensed pastel. Like it was not condensed, but it was like a rich color. It was red. That it's like, what if you did have like other dark colors on the face up? I mean, it's doable, but I honestly didn't like how it looked. And I think like if you got really good at it, maybe it would work. But it's going to take some practice cuz like it got like sloppy after a while. Like you could see like it shoved, like it was like shoving the pastel around, like moving it around on my test pieces and stuff, and I was like, like if someone were to like bring me their doll to do for like a face up and I got it back and they did the sponge method like that, like the way I did it, which wasn't that great, like I would not be happy with that face up. I really wouldn't. But I can definitely see it very useful for like if you are doing like tattoos. Like it worked very well with acrylics. When it was just acrylic, it sealed it and it was so easy to do because you could just touch up a single area quickly and it didn't have pastel to shove it around. So like if you did like tattoo work or line work and you were adding on to something, like let's say like you got like a really nice company face up and you didn't want to destroy the company face up or add more sealant on top of it, but you wanted to do like a cute like little like tattoo here or something like that. I could see like that you doing the tattoo like with acrylic work and stuff, and then using the sponge method to like seal just that piece, like that little part in. I think it's like beneficial for situations like that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I think you have to like get really good at it, cuz it's almost, I don't want to say it's like painting, but it's like it requires like more skill for you to do like a face up and to seal it with that sponging method than just simply getting an aerosol can and just like spraying it down. Like anyone can like press down on a button and like seal a face up, you know, but I think it's going to take more skill for somebody to do it this way and do it well like the first time. Like I think you really need to practice and like learn how to do it before you do this. So like for people that are like new to the hobby, that have never done a face up before, like I still probably would recommend them to seal it with like an aerosol kind of sealant, whether it's MSC or if you use testers or if you use what's the other one that everyone uses? I can't think. Like Volks makes one. There's another popular. Citadel has one. I don't know if the Citadel one's good anymore though. Using something like that first, then doing it this way. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm new to BJDs and I really want to try doing face ups. Let me try doing face ups and this method. Like, I think it'd be really hard to do it with this way first. Like, I think you should try to like focus on one part of doing the face up first, like, you know, just learning how to do a face up and use an aerosol can to like seal your work, then to try doing this sponge method too. Like it's a lot on the plate, you know. All right, is this dry yet? Because again, that's kind of cool about this is it does dry. Hey, I think this hatch method works kind of well. Oh no. This feels absolutely bowling ball smooth. This one feels like smooth. I don't know how this is gonna work. And for some odd reason, on the resin, the green one feels the best. The pink one feels absolutely smooth. The orange one feels just like baby bottom smooth. And then when you touch the green one has some texture. But when you touch it on the vinyl, the pink one is super duper ridiculously marble smooth. The orange one has like a itty bitty, you have to be like an ant with feelers to like feel texture on it. And then the orange one, the green one that we did, like the hatchet method, worked really well. Like it actually feels like pretty good. Like that one feels maybe it'll work type thing. All right, moment of truth. Let's find out. I'm trying to move all my stuff to the side without being so freaking noisy. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to like trying to shove all my work desk stuff over here. Oh God, eyeballs are flying everywhere. Send help. All right. Okay. Oh my God, I touched it. My finger went pink. It like went gloop, like right into the pink well, the well that has like the pink sealant in it. Oh God. All right. Okay, guys, wish me luck. Wait, I need a colored pencil, a watercolor pencil. Hold on. Alrighty, the moment of truth. So we're gonna try putting, now that we have 2 layers down, some watercolor pencil. We're gonna try to draw like a little design and see if it draws well. And we're also going to try putting some pastel and see if it actually takes to the brushed on areas. So we're going to start off with the green on both of them. So I'm going to try it on the resin body first, and then we'll try it on the vinyl head. All right, guys, let's go for science here. Oh, you guys can see still. Okay, cool. We're good. So drawing on it's not horrible. It does draw on quite well. I'm going to try drawing on the green piece over here. Drawing on it on the resin is okay as well. Something that I'm noticing for the two, though, for the green one in particular, is that I only kind of like let it dry to where like I felt it, and it felt like it was dry. But I probably would give it a lot of time to dry before I start working on them. I don't know if that's the issue as to why, like, sometimes when I was drawing on it, like, I felt like it got caught up on stuff, but for the most part, I mean, it drew on the surface just fine. Alright, we're going to go ahead and try drawing on the orange using we're going to try drawing on the surface that has the orange bottle varnish on it now. So I kind of messed it up on the head, so my middle section is my orange now. So automatically you can tell, like, the marks that I've been putting in this one are definitely a lot lighter than the green. It's a little bit harder to color on with my watercolor pencil. It takes a couple more strokes of the pencil in order for it to actually catch. I'm going to try it on the resin piece now. Again, it has a very smooth texture, but it's kind of fighting my pencil to kind of write on it. I kind of have to go over it a couple of times in order to have the watercolor pencil actually write on it. So yeah, that's interesting. And lastly, let's try the pink bottle varnish, and we'll try writing on the surface that has that pink bottle varnish on it. So almost the same issue as the orange bottle, but maybe it's a little bit easier to manage than the orange bottle. But I will tell you one thing, it is very light. Like, it's not coming, as you can see, like on this one here, like me just doing my normal pressure on it, like it did not take much for the pastel to show up, but on these two it definitely takes a little bit more effort for that to show. let's go ahead and draw something on the resin piece. Again, like I said, with the vinyl, it takes a little bit more for you to kind of draw something on it and for it to show up. Interesting. So the green worked the best, like for drawing the pastel work on there. I don't know if it's like too smooth. It's like essentially trying to write on glass with a watercolor pencil, and maybe that's what's the problem. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so next let's go ahead and try putting in the pastel. So we're going to start off again with the green bottle varnish, and we're going to do the... we're going to try putting pastel on the surface that has the green bottle varnish. Oh god, my chair squeaked. I mean, it's going on, which is nice. Again, I don't know if it's because we really focused on that cross-hatching method when we put it down for this particular part, but it did go on. Sorry. I put like way too much on this. So I actually ended up putting way too much pastel on. But one other thing that I do like to test too is how well it comes off, like when we clean it with like a magic clean eraser. And I mean, it looks like it's coming off, like for the most part. The green side, like I can get most of it off, but I can still see like there's little remnants of it still there. This pink, the orange bottle, which is the centerpiece here, like it comes off, I think probably more evenly than this one does. It kind of like smoothed out as I put more on there. But applying pastel on even the orange layer is working. It's going on there. It has, I guess, enough texture from the brush strokes, like for it to go on. And it does look quite smooth when it's on now, because I guess the layer itself is smooth. So applying the pastel on there, it actually looks nice. I'm going to try putting pastel on the pink bottle's side now. Again, it looks like I am able to apply it on. And again, it can erase. It looks like it erases just fine if I have to make a adjustment. But out of the three, I think the pastel definitely caught on the darkest on the green section. So here's for you guys to see. So this is the green bottle side. So you can see that like the pastel, the watercolor pencil, it really stuck on. It like caught onto it quite well. The middle section, which is our orange, I had to change it. The orange bottle, it worked. It definitely went on. And as you can see, like it's kind of actually smooth. Like you can see that it kind of gives it like, because I guess the brushing of it makes it super smooth when you're applying it on. But like erasing it, I mean, I think it's going to take a little bit more than what I did to erase it. You can still see kind of remnants and like where it dropped here in the eyes. And then we have the pink side again to where between the pink bottle and the orange bottle, it works. Like, you can put it on there, but I feel like you would definitely have to really put it on there. So that's what that is. Let's go ahead and try putting on some pastel onto the resin piece now. I'm going to use red. So we're going to start off with the green. So again, we'll see how well it catches on. And again, it applies quite nicely. I think before you get to the next step, which is going to be sealing this in, you're probably going to really want to make sure that you have any excess pastel knocked off first before you brush the sealant on top of this layer. The pink. Again, so we're on the pink bottles section, and it definitely goes on. It kind of gives like a really different appearance between the green and the pink. The pink, it definitely looks a lot smoother, although one thing I am looking, if you really, really, really look at it, you can kind of see like the brush stroke lines, like where I did the sealant when I was putting it down. You can kind of see it through the heart. So this kind of solidifies, you know, when you're laying down this with a brush, maybe try doing it like in a hatch kind of pattern, like a cross pattern. Like your first layer, do it vertically, the second layer, do it horizontally if you can. So that's what that looks like. And again, it's definitely, it took really easily, like really quickly to the green bottles section. The pink and the orange, I really had to kind of like lay it in there. It did go on, but yeah, I think if you're not careful with it, it will show like your brush strokes through it. I really wanted to get an up close, like as up close as I could, because you really can see like the strokes from where I initially put down that sealant. So hopefully that gets captured. I don't know if you can see it if I put it up here for you all to see. Can you guys see it? I think you can really see it in that one on the bottom. Yeah. And here's the head. See that one more time. I think I showed you the head already. I don't know if it'll focus for you guys. Focus! Yeah, my camera's like so... It wants to do what it wants to do. Okay. Oh, oops. I turned it off. All right, and last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and put some acrylic on this, and we're gonna see how it works with the acrylic too. I'm only gonna do half of the heart so that way we can really see how it comes off of both sides. I mean, I like how smooth it is on these other ones, like, because you know it's so smooth, like how I layered it on there. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm like actually like pretending to like do like a thing on this. Oh God, that's too much acrylic. All right, now they all have acrylic on them. Ooh, and then we'll do the last piece, and then I'm gonna call it a night. We're just trying to put sealant on top of these bad boys. Oh God. Okay, so now my test pieces have their initial layer of the sealant that goes on the first part before you even start doing color or anything. So it's got 2 layers of that, and then I put on pastel, watercolor pencil, and acrylic paint, and now I'm going to try to put the sealant and brush it on top of this. So things I'm going to look out for is I'm going to see if it shifts the pastel any and if it changes the color of it at all. Without further ado, I don't know if I should use that. I'm going to do a new section. Oh, that's smart, Tina. That would be smart to do. Like a dry brush, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, what's up, DX? What's going on? You know, we trying science today. That's what we doing. All right. Okay, so let's get cracking on this. I'm so scared. But, you know, for science. All right, green. Let's do the green first. I really don't know if there's going to be a method to this because once this touches the pastel, it's either going to smear the daylights out of it or it might magically stay on. Like, I don't know what it's going to do. I feel like my brushes are still kind of wet, so I kind of want to get like a paper towel or something. But I don't even know if I have a paper towel here. Question mark? Oh God, my camera. Alright, I got one. Just ignore my sloppiness. Alright. Gotta make sure it's real dry. I don't want anything else on it. Alright, let's go, guys. Let's see. This is go time. Let's see if it does it or what it does to this. Alright, so let's try that green layer first. So, gonna dip it. I'm gonna really try to do it thin if I can. So, I really don't even know where to start with this. I'm gonna try to do like a really thin layer first, and then I'm gonna try not to touch it, and maybe that will help. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, bro. Okay, so I think it did kind of work, sort of, maybe. But I can definitely see it is streaking this bad boy. Hold on. Okay, can you guys see this? Like, look what it did. I mean, I think it's like keeping the color, but I definitely see that it kind of moved. You can see like it's got lines in it now. So maybe like just like how we did this initially, try to focus on doing it one way and then do it the other way like when you're ready to do the second part. This time I'm going to learn and I'm going to do the same brush. What was this one, the green one? That's what I was worried about. It didn't do that with the sponge dab method though, did it? It kind of did though, jointed, but honestly, it might have been user error. I think what I should have done with the sponge is that like I should have just like tapped it like pop, like that, let it dry, and then go back and continue sponging it. So when I did it with the sponge method, I was like pop, 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 and then like it kind of made some of the pastel that was excess pastel kind of leak around. So that might have been my fault though, so, you know, blame me. Alright. Oh no, broski! Oh no! Womp 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 womp. So, if there is excess pastel, brushing it multiple times is not a good thing. As you can see, it smeared it up here, and it's smearing it outside of my design. Fudge. Look at that. Ooh. Womp womp. Womp womp. So I mean the green one was great because like it really caught the pastel. It really caught the watercolor pencil, but maybe less is more. You know, maybe it wasn't a good thing that it was able to catch all that stuff, because now it has like it looks like it's fine, but I guess it has more, like a little bit more than what should be there. It has excess stuff on it, so well, there goes the green layer. What can I do about that? Pink. Pink. Oh my god, pink. Pink. Oh, crap. Oh, well. I meant to use it out of the other well, but oh well. Get it? Oh well. Now we're going to try the pink one, and I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like I have to, like, really brush it quickly. Oh. Oh, no! Womp, womp. Yep, that was my fault. So I think really when you're doing this brush-on method, like, you have to do it quickly, and you have to really only go over it, like, once initially. Because if you try to just, like, quack, 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 like this, like, it's just going to, like, spread any excess, like, pastel, any excess pastel around. It's going to just do that. So I think initially when you brush it down, you have to just do it, like, quick. Pink, 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 pink. Also, less is more, so do not put a lot on your brush. So let's try it here. See? If you just do like a real quick, like it works. Now, see the thing, okay, even though we're doing it this way, this is just one simple design that I've drawn on. So you have to imagine doing this like on a face that's got pastel everywhere. You're not going to have like the leisurely, like, you know, capability just to do like one little like bit. You're going to really honestly have to like go down like the whole way, like real quick, and then leave it alone. Like, I think if I would have done that, maybe for this one it might have worked, but this one had a lot of excess pastel. But because this one did not catch a lot of the pastel initially, I think this might work better. God. It seems like you need a clean, dry brush to brush away the pastel before sealing the later, adding extra work. Yep. I think so too. I think that's what you'd have to do. Did I do pink? Yeah, I did it really quickly on the eye, right? Pink. Okay, let's do orange. I'm really trying not to get as much. Let's try that orange section real quick. This brush does not look good with this now. It still spread it. Like, this is not a good brush for it. I think your brush is going to play a big part in it too. I don't like this brush. This brush is not a good brush for this. That other brush is good. This one is not a good one. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Did I do that one? I did do that one, right? Okay. Pink. See, like, I let that first one dry, and it was fine. Like, I think you need to do that. Like, you have to find, like, tricks, like little, oh dang, why am I cleaning this? You have to think of like little tricks and stuff like that to kind of do this brush on method if you're going to try to brush it on, because like if you like go back and forth with it, it's definitely not going to work. Okay, hold on, try the pink again. But now that I gave like this section like an initial time to dry, like it didn't touch the rest of the pastel. Like, I let it set, like, with that section. But again, like, you really have to think, like, this is so situational because, like, I only did, like, one little section with pastel. But, like, when you do an actual face-up, like, you're putting pastel, like, everywhere. Like, everywhere. So, I mean, as much as I would like to say, like, yeah, let's wear it, it's great. Like, you're going to have to really look at it, like, with your face up that you're doing, because I don't know. What do I have left? Green? No, I already did green. Orange? Oh crap, it's this brush. Yeah, orange. I really don't like this brush. No, that's the wrong sealant. Orange. Oh god, that's way too much. Did I do this one already? Oh, that's the one I did. And then green, I need to go over it one more time. God, that got on my finger. Tina, that's a great question. That's actually what I'm going to be working on next week, is that I bought this, like, spritzer. Like, it's a nano spritzer. So I'm going to see if it works. I'm going to have to dilute it. I'm going to have to dilute some of these and see if I can put it through there or not. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that madness that's coming to a stream near you. Green, green. God, my finger stuck to that really bad. Alrighty, so essentially that is 2 layers, because I kind of had to go over it twice with the heavier pastel areas, like essentially brushing that first and then going over it again like fully with another layer. So we're going to let this dry and then we're going to see how it looks. I'll do some zoomed in shots for you guys, and then the last test is removal. So now I gotta let that dry. And I'm gonna probably let this dry like overnight, because I don't even want to touch it right now. But I mean, which one do I like more? Honestly, I would like to try to do a full face up. A full face up would be a lot different than testing out a portion done. So again, you can see the green, I kind of YOLO'd it and like I had just like went over with a brush. So that's why you can see there's excess brush by the neck. There's like a whole bunch of excess sealant at the neck up there too on accident. But the other 2 sections, when I gave them time to like get like their heavy pastel area brushed on first, like quick brushed on quickly first, it's not too bad, honestly. It does give off a smooth appearance. I mean, you've got to realize now this is probably about 4 or 5 layers of sealant that's brushed on, and it looks kind of shiny. And if you're not careful with how much you're putting on, like you can see little pools of where the brush didn't like brush it evenly. You can especially see it on this head here. The hatching on this, like you can really see it now that we've done it like, you know, essentially 4 times. I'm trying to really get it in here for you guys so you guys can see. You can kind of see the texture. I don't know if it's my hand that's not being stable enough. But do you see like how you can see like where the brush is like going through? There's a lot of excess on the top of this part of the head here. The orange is the middle, again, just to let you know. I'm really trying to do this stably, but my hand keeps on moving everywhere. I don't know if you can see that very well. So the 2 where I was like, oh man, the pastel did not like take to it very well. Neither did the watercolor pencil. Honestly, those worked better than the green. The green took too much. Like, and again, like I said, I don't know if you really can see in my camera or not, like how you can almost really see the texture from the hatching we did. So, I mean, it caught on well, but you can see. And again, on this side too. This is the pink. Wait, right? Pink? Pink. So it lays on very smooth, which is nice. But I don't know. But it's definitely still drying. Like the layers are still drying. But again, like even doing it this way, like doing it in this method, like I can definitely see like if people had absolutely no other way to seal a doll because of weather conditions or like, you know, their health issues and they can't use a sealant, I think this could be an option for you to use. It definitely will take practice. There's a learning curve to it. Would I personally, like, am I gonna like change the way I do face ups? Probably not. Like I still, even after trying on this brush on method, I still really feel more comfortable with the aerosol can because it's a really quick way to do it. It doesn't affect any of the other stuff that I put on it, like the pastel. Like, you know, I've never had any issues with the aerosol can when I do pastel work. You know, it hasn't messed up any of my layers like how you kind of risk it with this method and the sponge method as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident that it'll come off. It came off with the other method. Like, if it came off once, it'll definitely come off again. It's not like I've changed the formula of what the sealants are. So I'm pretty confident it'll come off. It'll probably give that sticky texture again like last time. It kind of gives like a weird, like, because it's breaking down whatever this is made out of or whatever. So it'll initially feel weird, and it'll probably need to be cleaned twice with rubbing alcohol. But yeah, I'm really, now that I've tried these two methods, really curious about this. Like, I'm super duper curious about this now, because now that I've tried these other two ways. So, God, it's so much work. But I'm glad, though. It's like, it's really good to learn, because I know I've had people asking me about other sealants and stuff like that, and what other sealants I've used before. And again, I have that other video where I've tried out different aerosol sealants. But I mean, I was really curious about this way too. So I think it's a good thing all around. So hopefully it's beneficial to y'all too. So with that being said, I'm going to let this dry really, 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 really well. And then I'm going to take really close up pictures and video of what it looks like in this stage. And then I'll remove it. And then next week, if you want to see more science, next week I'll try it with the ionizer. And that's going to take some time, because I think I'm going to have to do science for that and dilute it, you know. So, but if you're curious, because I know some people are real quick to be like, just brush it on, you know. This is what happens when you brush it on. So now you've seen it sponged on. This is it brushed on, and now we'll try next week misting it on, and we'll see what happens. So hope this was helpful. I hope it was educational of some sort of way. Sorry again, I don't have my professional setup, cool looking downward facing camera for you guys to enjoy. I'm still good. I have to work on that, but yeah. As always, I hope you guys have a dollytastic day. If you have not subscribed to my newsletter, please make sure you check out my website down here, which is www.bjdlife.com. You can sign up for our BJD newsletter, where we send out information about the BJD hobby. Last week we did pre-orders. The week before we talked about people who made clothing. And then this week, we're going to be diving into videography and photography. So we actually have someone in the community that was super duper nice enough to give us some tips and tricks that will be in the newsletter for this week. And yeah, so hope you enjoy it. But yeah, as always, have a dollytastic day, and I will be seeing you guys in another video soon. Thanks for joining the madness of this stream. Have a good one, friends. Bye. 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 Bye.